Plumbers, there is a much easier way to get leads, and specifically to use Google Ads to do that. We're going to show you in this video how we got 46 leads for a plumbing client of ours in the last 30 days. I'm Cary Blackburn, along here with James Blackburn. We're two of the Google Ads experts here at Results Grow, and we're going to go over this video to show you exactly how we got 46 leads in 30 days for one of our plumbing clients. I'm going to hand this over to James. James is going to show you exactly where Google Ads show up and what they are.
Yeah, let's start by taking a look at a search engine result page here when we did a search on Google. And what you're seeing here is I've done a search for Plumber Los Angeles, and what pops up first all the time is the sponsored links because Google wants you to show up first. And these are the ones that are showing up for sponsored here. This is a company, Drain Right Services, these guys here. So what you can see is that when people are searching for plumbers, if you're expecting your website to do well, and you're way down here and you're expecting to get your results from that, it's a lot harder than just going to Google Ads straight and getting it from this area up here, which Google reserves for just the people that do ads with them. So with the client that we're looking at right now, we're going to look at some of the results for conversions that they've had in the last 30 days. So we can see that this is what we've got for plumbing for them. You can see this is our account by RGI, or sorry, our campaign that we've created for these guys. And we have 46 conversions in the last 30 days for them with a conversion rate of 36.8, which is pretty crazy because the industry standard is about 3.3%. So that's over 10 times the normal industry standard. We're seeing usually in the range of 20 to 40, just depends on where we're getting them from or which client or which industry. And then we also look at the cost per conversion. This one here is at, for the last 30 days, $55.49 for the cost per conversion.
When we see these conversions, what specifically are they?
Conversions are specifically that somebody has actually called the number that's listed in the ad or on the landing page, or they filled out a form and sent it to you. So the only conversion that comes from this is not because somebody's gone to the landing page or someone's looked you up. This is specifically that they have actually called you and or they've filled out a form and sent it off to you.
How much is this client using as a budget each day?
This client is using only $75 per day. And I say only because sometimes we can have clients that do $100 a day, $150 a day. We have clients that do $1,500 a day. But you don't have to have that big budget. You can have a budget as small as $50 in some areas. They're using $75 and getting 46 conversions, which is fantastic to get that in a single month.
That's great. So before we move on to the next step here, if you're a plumber and you want a campaign like this running for you, we can clone this campaign for you. We can get it running. If you want to do that, there's a link below this video, right in the description. Click on that, go in and book a free demo at a time that works best for you. So James, I'll let you jump over the next part here to show.
For sure. Let's take a look at the location here. And this is specifically because what we do is make sure that the ads are only showing in the targeted area that you want to be found in. So with these guys, what they've been targeting obviously is Tulsa, and they've got Tulsa County right here. And that was the top one for 8 conversions at only $26 per conversion.
Wow.
And then of course you've got some other areas here. This is all by zip code down through here. You can see some of them are coming in 3 conversions at $6.78. That's abnormal, but still pretty crazy. And you can see $31 this area. So just some really great prices. And what's nice about this is that if you have something like this set up, we can go in and if we find something that's a little high, like this one down here, $130, well, we can change the budget for that area and drop it a bit. So it's not being shown as much. So you're not spending that massive amount on one conversion. We prefer to do something like this so then we can adjust the bid for that area.
So if this client is getting leads at $26 in the Tulsa County area, imagine if they're doing emergency plumbing. So sometime at night they get a problem where a pipe bursts or something like that. Obviously these plumbers are charging an extra fee, or if you're a plumber watching this, you're charging an extra fee for emergency plumbing. So for $25, this could be a huge return on investment for them.
Yeah, it's fantastic for these guys.
All right. So let's move on and show what's next here.
So what we have here is a breakdown of our ad groups, and we do this simply because you want to have it so that when people are searching, the ad group matches up with what they're searching for. So for example, if somebody's in Broken Arrow and they look for a Broken Arrow plumbing company, this ad group matches up exactly with what they're searching for, and so do the ads. What's great about this then is that you can have some of the terms that people are searching for because people aren't doing this well on their own ad group, so a competitor. Um, what happens is that you can have something like this where you've got this one specifically, plumbing company Broken Arrow, 4 conversions at $10 per conversion. So you can end up getting
$10.
cheaper conversions, and it just really helps out with the account.
In that ad group, what specifically are we looking at for how this client is being found when somebody's doing a search for their service?
Yeah, and that's the other thing is you've got the ad group set up for what people are searching for. You always want to make sure that your search keywords are also matching up with what people are searching for, because this is something that we've gained knowledge of over the last few years, just all the different work that we've done. We know which keywords that people are searching for, and one of the major things that happens is you have something exactly like we saw about Broken Arrow. You now have this one here, Plumbers Tulsa, same thing. Well, that's the highest converting one simply because it is ends up being a bit of a cheaper cost per conversion. 53 is still about the average what we had, but that's still a pretty good price. Plus, you've got other ones like this local plumber near me. People search for that, $13 and 5 conversions. And what happens is that because people are searching specifically for that, and you've got an ad that matches up, and then also your ad group is matching as well, it ends up being people see exactly what they want, what they're looking for, and they end up clicking on yours more often than a competitor.
Right. And the other thing being is that wouldn't it be higher intent if somebody's specifically looking for a plumber in Tulsa?
Yeah, exactly. So because somebody's looking for a plumber in Tulsa, and then you've got you, it's a higher intent, which means it's not like a Facebook ad where somebody's rolling, you're scrolling through on Facebook and it interrupts you. You take a look at that and you're like, oh yeah, I do need a plumber at some point. Or if you think of like roofing, I'm gonna, I need my roof to be fixed soon. This is intent. This is somebody specifically looking for your services and within the area that they are in and in the area that you're targeting. So it makes it so it's a much higher conversion rate because of the fact that it's such an intentful search.
Right. And also, if somebody's looking for plumber's Tulsa or plumber's Broken Arrow, they're not looking for DIY stuff, which you obviously don't want a client to have their ads showing for people looking for do it yourself or how to type thing.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So, one of the things that we have found that's important is to have a good hook for your ads and your landing pages. And what I mean by a good hook is some reason to make people want to call you right away. And it can be simply something like we waive our call out fee for repairs over a certain amount of money, or call us now, mention this coupon, and you get so much off your plumbing repair or installation. Those things do help. They're not necessary, but they do help increase conversions for these ads and on the landing pages. And yeah, and the one thing you don't want to be doing is just have say, we do plumbing. Okay. So you want to make sure that people have a reason to tap to call you or fill out a form to get help for their for plumbing. Well, it could be even something as simple as you're available 24/7. That helps a lot too. 24/7 365. People can go, hey, it's 10 o'clock at night. I have a burst pipe. I have a clog that's backing up into my basement. That type of thing is could separate you from any other plumber out there. And so the other big thing is landing pages. So when somebody clicks on an ad like this, so somebody's looking for Plumbers Tulsa, they need to see an ad that says they're talking about Plumbers Tulsa or plumbing repair or emergency plumbing. And they go to a landing page that will look something like this that I'm showing on the screen right now that will show them that this is specifically what they're looking for. So it needs to be consistent throughout what we call the funnel, from the keywords that people are searching for to the ads to the landing page, so that people don't get lost along the way. If somebody's looking for plumbing and repair, they don't want to be sent to a landing page that talks about hot water tank installation or something along those lines. You want it to be very specific. And that's, we set up those landing pages to be super specific to that, which increases the conversion rate, which is why you see a 30% conversion rate for this client. All right. So what are we looking at here?
We are looking at the different devices that people are coming to these ads through. So for example, obviously the three ones are mobile phones, computers, and tablets. And what you normally see on every single campaign, you have the odd one that this is flipped, where there's more computer people connecting through the computer than through mobile phones. But and it's very often that we have the mobile phones are number one. So that's also when Cary was talking about landing pages. It's also important to have a very good responsive landing page that pulls up and shows properly on a mobile phone and has a really good first section that people see when they land at it, which is something we do really well. And what you're seeing here is that, of course, 106 clicks to 16 is second place with the computers. And from this, then, the conversion rate 41.51 for mobile phones. So what we can do is do some bid adjustments. We can bid this one up and make it so that it gets shown more often because we're spending more money on it. Then the tablets, which usually comes, it usually has a problem. You're not seeing it as much in this month that we're showing here. Overall, usually it's a lot more cost for a lot lower conversion rate. So we will bid those down so we see that. However, if the tablets seem to be doing better, we can bid adjust that as well back up so that that's being shown more often.
So what this is telling me when I look at this is that when people have a plumbing problem or need help with their plumbing, they're not going to their computers, they're grabbing their phone and looking for somebody right away. And that tells me that it's crucial to have the page show up properly on a mobile device and make it very easy for somebody to contact this client, meaning there's a button for a phone number or a button to fill out a form. I imagine that most people are going to pick up the phone or try to tap the call right away because they're going to want help immediately here.
Yeah, exactly that. You don't want to have them go to your website or your the page is the landing page for the ad, and they look at it and go, "Where is the phone number?" Because they're going to leave and go somewhere else. Because if you think about a lot of times with plumbing, it usually is they're a little bit panicky and they want to call right away.
Exactly. What are we looking at here?
What you're looking at here is the breakdown of how people are contacting this client for the conversions. So they've either filled out a form or they've called the client. And right away you can tell from this spot, this is where the form conversion shows up as to how many came through. There were 7. And you can tell right away that this is why it's important to have the phone number prominent on your landing page, especially the mobile version, because from down here, there's your landing page conversions, 17 conversions. And this is the calls. Call from landing page conversion, call from the ad. So that's the ad directly as it shows up. And then the extension conversion link that's just hard to explain, but it's a part of the ad as well. So you're looking at 17 calls coming from the landing page. And then from the ad itself, you're looking at about 14. So very important to make sure that the phone number is prominent. And this is really good information to find out, okay, is there maybe something, if forms does a lot better, maybe or it doesn't do as well, we can try to improve the form or make it so that this is working better.
So looking there with the 17 from the landing page, that means somebody's clicked on the ad and gone to the landing page and made the phone call from there. But if you see the conversions for call only ads and extensions, what specifically are those?
Those are, if we can go back to this here, you can sometimes have the phone number show up right from the ad on mobile, or it'll show up lower down here, kind of like how this shows contact us and coupons. You'll see something below the ad that has the phone number that somebody can click to call right away.
Right. Yeah. So they're not even going to the landing page. So if you do the ad, if you structure the ads correctly, that people feel confident, they're going to call right from the ad.
Correct.
So you were telling me earlier today that you can actually increase the percentage that you'll bid to get more calls.
Yeah, we do find that calls, because they're the number one way that people contact you, but this is a bid adjustment section that we can actually change that bid. We've got it now at plus 30% because what we can then do is make it so that this client shows up more often than the competitors, specifically targeting somebody calling them. And if you look for this, you've got 14 from this bid adjustment, we've had 14 conversions that have gone to the client. So somebody's picked up the phone and called them from interacting with their ad.
based on what we were discussing, is that if you do a bid adjustment for 35%, you've set this up so that this client is actually bidding 35% more than a competitor so that it gets to the top spot of search results or the Google Ads search results, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And it works out really great. And I think from our experience, it sure seems like there's a lot of people that don't know about this section simply because of how great a success you can have, which means that there's not a lot of people trying to do the same thing, which ends up being a really huge plus.
So if the bid is normally $10, what's happening here is that it's bidding 13.50, which is going to beat out anybody that's bidding $10. And for an extra $3.50, who wouldn't want the phone call?
Yeah.
Will this work anywhere in North America, Canada, United States, either one, or is there some areas this won't work?
It depends on where you are. If you've got a decent sized target area, this is going to work. The big thing is if you've got a small area, or like you think about the population of Wyoming, the whole population of Wyoming is, I think it's around 600,000 people. So when you've got a place like New York with 10 times that amount, more than 10 times that amount, obviously you're going to have more people searching for your what your services are. So if you're just in a small corner of Wyoming and you're expecting that this to work well, it's not. You're going to have to expand your target area, or it's just not going to work for you.
So you're also telling me about the way that Google Ads can do bid adjustments for specific audience segments where people are interested. Now, you're also saying that it's not targeting them specifically, but it's showing the data that Google has for observing.
Yeah, the crazy thing is, and it creepy or not, Google knows exactly what you're interested in. So in something like this, where you got the audience segment column, you've got right below it here, some people are looking at fashionistas, people with strong interest in fashion, style, and apparel. And amazingly enough, those people have a higher conversion rate. We've got 12 conversions for them. We've got a really low cost per conversion. And then we can bid it up so that those people are targeted more based on the bid. So we were talking about with the earlier with the bid, you increase the bid, it means that you are going to outcompete the other people, the competition that aren't bidding as much, and you're showing up for these people a lot more often, and it converts. It just works really well.
All right. Well, yeah, that's who would have thought that fashionistas would be the ones that need a plumber more often,
And hey, here we are,
right?
and it
My,
works.
my feeling is I look at this and is like, hey, whatever the data is telling us, just go ahead and do it to get more leads for a client.
That's exactly it.
Right. All right. If you're a plumber and you want us to set up a campaign like this for you, we can clone this, get this all built for you, just like this, including landing pages, including automated follow ups, all of this, we can do this for you. And you're going to get leads from Google Ads all done for you. If you'd like to book a demo with us to find out more about how this works and we can show you even more, there's a link below this video in the description. Click on it, head over to our website, fill out the form there. You get to pick the day, the time that you want to do your demo, and we will call you on that day. We will show you everything that you'd like to know on there. Ask us any questions, and then we can get you started and get something like this running for you so you can start getting more leads for your plumbing company. So, James, thank you very much for this. And if you need anything else, just click the link below, head over there. I'm Cary from Results Grow. This is James from Results Grow. Thanks very much, and hope to see you in the next video.